YouTube, welcome back to the Flyers Reaction. Today we're reacting to Harley Quinn versus Jinx. Batman versus League of Legends. Harley Quinn really isn't Batman though, so I don't know why they put that. I mean, I guess it's from Batman, so they put in Batman. But like, why y'all just couldn't put Harley Quinn versus Jinx? Anywho, I never played League of Legends before, so I don't know anything about this damn character. Before we get this video, huge thumbs up, subscribe to be a part of the Flyers game, click that bell so you get notified when I upload. It's been a minute since I did a League of Legends video, you know? I mean, not a League of, I said League of Legends, what the fuck am I talking? A death battle video, let's get into it, man.
Tired of only being able to wear your cosplay around the house? I know I'm not, but...
skip this commercial. Teeth, yes sir. Let's get into it, man. Death battle, it's been a little minute.
Harley Quinn, DC's fantabulous anti-hero.
Jinx, the loose cannon of League of Legends.
We live in a society that adheres to strict laws and norms, but these two ladies turn that system on its head with their wild enthusiasm for destruction and chaos.
Jinx, just by the name, she bow low. Just like on
Stick.
Titans, so.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Born to a middle-class family in the heart of Brooklyn, USA, Harley Quinn had long lived a life of mediocrity. She had embarrassing parents, annoying siblings,
And a high school life that sucked. Even more than, like, the normal ones.
She never quite felt like she fit in anywhere. But despite this, Harley knew she was destined for greatness.
So, inspired by a childhood crush turned psychotic murderer, Harleen spent years training to be a world-renowned criminal psychiatrist, eventually traveling to Gotham City's infamous Arkham Asylum to research the most dangerous criminals on the planet, like Batman's arch-nemesis, the Joker.
But after analyzing the Joker and his horrific, unspeakable history as a homicidal...
Harley Quinn, Zell, age 27. Harley Quinn, 27. 5'6", trained for combat by the Amazons. Really? Roller derby enthusiast. Likes hyenas, cats, doggos, turtles, mice, birds, bunnies. Will totally f you up if you harm any of the above. Loves Deadpool, Red Tool, and Poison Ivy. Deadpool, Red Tool, Of course she loves
Clowns
Poison
and
Ivy.
Jared Leto, she came to realize one truth.
The Joker was actually a misunderstood angel squashed down by an unjust society and wrongfully harassed by that son of a bitch Batman.
This was the first of the Joker's many manipulations, leading Harleen to see a warped reflection of herself through him, culminating in her breaking him out of prison, bleaching her skin via chemical baptism, and joining him on his life of crime, descending into love like madness and reborn as the fantastic Harley Quinn.
And she was packing plenty of tools of
Giant
maniacal
mallets,
mayhem,
baseball
including
bats, electric buzzers, acid flowers, various explosives, pistols, automatic guns, bazookas, flamethrowers, popgun, cork rounds, explosive rounds, bullet rounds, rocket pogo sticks,
her iconic hammer, electric buzzers, and bombs of all shapes and sizes, like the dreaded banana cream pie, the most evil of all pie flavors.
When she wants to get around quickly, she can use her handy-dandy pogo stick, which she straps rockets to. That doesn't seem safe.
On her pogo stick.
Speaking of unsafe, Harley's most versatile tool is her pop gun, a rotating revolver with special ammo rounds, like a boxing glove. Whoa!
Whoa! Close one!
And binding confetti. And did I mention explosive rounds, which... Oh no.
Ah, my leg is gone! Oh no! Oh wait, there he was. I'm fine.
I'm gonna go.
I hate this.
Harley combines her arsenal with unparalleled gymnastic skills, making her far deadlier than your average criminal. She can even keep up with experts like Deadshot and Catwoman, even Batman at times. The peak human superhero that can dodge lightning and survive this alien device exploding, which obliterated multiple city blocks.
Yeah, I think that's stretching the term peak human just a bit. But hey, he's the goddamn Batman, so we'll allow it.
Unfortunately for Harley, despite her unwavering loyalty to the Joker, their honeymoon period did not last. He spent years abusing her, physically and emotionally, tearing her down piece by piece.
Then, when he got bored, he strapped her to a friggin' rocket and launched her halfway across Gotham City. Guess that's one way to say, no, it's not you, it's me. Bye!
Harley was left alone in the wreckage, abandoned by the one person she dedicated her entire life to.
Until fellow villain Poison Ivy came by. She nursed Harley back to health, literally healing her from a damaged relationship. Ivy even gave Harley a chemical concoction that granted her superhuman strength and a healing factor.
I suppose
wow.
a healthy relationship can sometimes feel like your own superpower in and of itself.
Yeah, and those two definitely seem like very good friends. Wink.
With Ivy at her
friends.
side, Harley went on to rebuild herself as a famous anti-hero,
Yeah.
leading teams like the Gotham Sirens and Suicide Squad. She worked on developing new skills built around her own strengths rather than that of her past.
Like learning to use her lifelong knowledge of psychoanalysis to manipulate her foes mid-combat.
And creating tons of her own chemical concoctions, like tranquilizers and sleeping gases that can incapacitate metahumans. She even reverse-engineered her former flame's trademark Joker Venom. This deadly substance excites the laughter centers in a person's brain and forces them to laugh until they suffocate.
Harley was clearly on top of the world, but nothing caps off self-improvement like a Rocky Balboa training montage. So Harley went to Themyscira of all places to get a combat internship with the Amazons. Just like
I
her
still can't
favorite
believe that. I never heard
superhero,
of that,
Wonder
bro.
Woman.
Like,
And
what the
imagine
hell?
going from bashing random goons in Gotham to fighting alongside immortal warrior goddesses.
Right.
She
Like,
became
what?
agile enough to jump between skyscrapers and strong enough to rip an entire palm tree out of the ground with her bare hands.
Damn.
Based on the size of the tree and the weight of an average palm by foot, that weighs about 600 pounds. And she can hold it one-handed, so her actual strength is probably at least twice as much.
Enough to lift a full-grown brown bear and throw it like a rag doll. Hell, her skills advanced so far, she was appointed a
Dodge
herald
point
on
blank
the War
bullets,
World.
missiles, and whoa. Let's get back to the video. PC, you're tripping. Dodge point blank bullets, missiles, and lightning. Knocked out Wonder Woman with her toxins. Wow, survived being strapped to a rocket. Once wielded black and red lantern rings simultaneously. What? Can hold her own against Batman in close quarters combat. Defeated Joker, Punchline, and Nightwing.
Apocalypse. You know, the
Okay.
planet ruled by the
Who's
living
that
embodiment
name?
of evil.
I
Even
didn't
the
know she was that-
actual
she was that
personification
bad.
of the
What's
DC
respect on that?
editorial staff likes to call her in to help with tough jams.
As the years went on, Harley surprised literally everyone by transitioning from supervillain to superhero.
super, yeah.
She partnered up with other heroes, became a psychiatrist again, and legitimately started helping other vigilantes with trauma, like Jason Todd, who definitely needed that.
In fact, the Bat family she used to antagonize and ridicule eventually accepted her as kind of an extended member of their group, teaming up with her to save Gotham from her toxic ex. Good for her.
Ah.
Guess we're not going to talk about when she went back to the Joker a couple times, huh?
In the
Yeah,
end, she
we
may
ain't
be
gonna
a
talk
little
about that.
nutty, but you'd be mad not to love Harley Quinn.
Now on the Jinx. Never heard about Jinx. Let's see what Jinx was.
The world of Runeterra is a wondrous fantasy land of advanced technology, arcane magics, and legendary champions. But on its northern shores are two cities locked in political turmoil. For decades, Piltover's rich elite have
Real name
exploited
Powder,
the Undercity of
lies
Zon,
to loose
forcing
cannon,
workers
age
into
18,
unsafe
18
conditions
versus
and
27.
brutalizing the populace with terrifying
home
police
impulses.
enforcers.
Oh, so like New Jersey. You could have just said New Jersey.
Until one
First
day,
note,
a wild,
ventriloquist.
loose cannon would literally explode onto the scene. She gave those uptight topsiders a taste of their own medicine, menacing its people with bombs, gunfire, and even more bombs. This was Jinx.
Jinx destroyed Zeppelins, Jumanji'd the shit out of the local zoo, and switched the street signs. What a
Oh my gosh.
monster! Now those monkeys will never find their way back.
Only the enforcer, Violet, could hope to stop her. But even armed with massive gauntlets weighing over 4,000 pounds each, Vi could not definitively overcome Jinx's magnificent arsenal of mechanical monstrosities.
Man, they're so evenly matched. It's almost like they're related. Anyway, Jinx can burst open birds with her
Pow Pow
trusty
minigun,
Zapper Shock pistol, turn
flame
enemies to
chopper
Swiss
grenades,
cheese with her
fistbone,
Pow
rocket
Pow
launcher, super
minigun,
mega
and blow
death
bad
rocket,
guys to bits
X-Tech
with her flame
teleportation
chopper
tower. Okay.
grenades.
But Jinx's favorite weapon is her Fishbone's rocket launcher. So much so, she rides it like a rocket-powered pogo stick.
Pogo.
Well, that seems even less safe.
Well, don't let her manic attitude fool you. Not only is
Only
Jinx
single
tough
win.
enough to take a hit
Kinda-
from Braum, a guy who can shake mountains with a punch, but
feel like
she's
Harley gonna win,
wicked
though.
smart. Almost all her gear is custom made. She's even recreated Hex Tech, funky science powered by magic crystals. Ooh.
Including her handheld teleportation device.
Oh, wait, she can teleport. I don't
Oh,
know.
my bad.
I don't know.
This
She can teleport. So, you know,
is
she got
that
up.
League of Legends? What a coincidence.
Oh no.
Hold the phone. Are you talking about League of Legends over there? I love that game. I've got in more than 10,000 hours just in our college days, huh, buddy? League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena game forged in the flames of LAN parties and salty gamer tears. Oh. And as any professional will tell you, to play the game well, you need to min-max your character's loadout with the best possible items.
Yeah, and the worst mistake you can make is being new. God, it's the midterms all over again. No, Boomstick, stay in your lane. What are you doing in the jungle? Stop it, feeder.
Jinx's ideal loadouts include Phantom Dancer, so she can phase through objects after landing a blow.
I'd like to phase out of this conversation.
Then there's the Quicksilver Sash, which protects her from status effects like sleep, paralysis, and poison. This includes forced actions, which make you do things you don't want to do. Hey, Boom, you want to pop into a match with your old Teemo from back in the day? I can set it up right now.
How about we move on to Arcane before I ram my foot up your ass?
So, there's more to Jinx than what the main games depict. Before her infamous tomfoolery, most people around Zaun knew her as an innocent young tinkerer named Powder.
Like pretty much everyone in the Undercity, Powder had it rough. She lost her parents in a conflict with enforcers, but had a bit of luck when she joined this cool foster family along with Vi, who was, gasp, her sister all along. If you're wondering what put soap in their opera, Vi was a total badass, and Powder was desperate to also prove herself to her newfound family. And then she made a mistake.
Seemingly abandoned, Powder was left in the hands of the most notorious drug kingpin around. Silco was not the father she needed, but the one she wanted, teaching her to turn her perceived weaknesses into her greatest strengths. Thus, she became Jinx.
Even when the sisters reunited years later, they couldn't fully reconcile, setting up the game of cat and mouse in the game.
Jinx was an excellent rival, able to keep up with other skilled warriors like the bullet-dodging Echo, and survive the worst of Zaun's toxic environments, which can kill normal people in minutes. After a near-fatal explosion, she was also infused with Shimmer,
super mega
toxic
death rock
strength and
explosives were
speed.
strong enough to rock a definitely weighing 100 tons. Figured out Hextech in just a few days. Routinely escapes the built over police. Fights evilly with her sister Vi, defeated Caitlyn, Marcus, and multiple
Enhancing drug that permanently altered her body's biochemistry.
Shimmer's side effects intensify her prior trauma,
I'm still
making
go
her
Harley
much
Quinn.
more
I
unhinged
might
and
be
prone to
disappointed.
attacking with lethal intent.
Inspiring her ultimate weapon, the Super Mega Death Rocket! This baby's been powered by both Hextech and its even more volatile cousin, Chemtech.
That's even more explosive! I forgot how much I appreciated the explodey options. Anyway, both Hextech and Chemtech are comparable in power to natural magic.
On par with what a badass mage like Lux is able to cast, such as Lucent Singularity, which can totally body these big ol' rocks.
Measuring their width with Lux's height, we can determine she destroyed almost 13,000 tons of rock from 30 meters away.
Promotional trailers show Mega Death Rocket matching the speed and power of Lux's Final Spark, a much more powerful attack that fires a Kamehameha of natural light.
So her rocket is not only super strong, but super fast. From powder to gunpowder, Silco couldn't be prouder.
But her violet streak grew grim until the day she met a particularly explosive Yordle. Ziggs bonded with her over their mutual passion for destruction, but his was more tempered, controlled. Thanks to his wisdom, Jinx learned a little bit of restraint when it came to exploding things of a more fleshy nature.
Helping her tone down the wanton violence and recover some of her mental stability, like he's some kind of feline brand Jiminy Cricket.
And despite being on opposite sides of the bridge, Jinx and Vi remained sisters, ultimately still caring about each other in their own way, even if they were at odds more often than not.
Though you better believe that when things get boring and uptight, Jinx will be there to shake things up.
Alright, let's get into the battle. I want to see who win now.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
Relationships are hard and confusing. A lot of us will drop any.
Right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We'll be at the fucking circus.
And they say these games are rigged. What?
There goes Jinx. Blowing shit up.
Screw you emo pigeons! I'll show you a murder!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I just love exploding stuff. Heh, I like exploding stuff too. Why don't I start with your head?
Okay. Okay, Harley with the moves. Damn.
No, I'm trying to shoot you!
teleportation. I knew she gonna use that.
She's right behind you.
Aw, thanks, pal. Traitor!
Okay.
You're a real firecracker. Got a light? Oh, sure thing.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Uh-oh, the confetti. She still got a thing in her mouth. She's still fighting.
Stop pushing around!
These two crazy. Jeez. I ain't with no hands. This fight's kinda cool.
Oh, nuts.
She riding on her little rock. Okay. And she kinda fucking with Jinx.
Me Gizmo. Got any games? No! My
Oh, she
save
took that
file!
teleportation.
You made me die! You...
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Are they even gonna kill each other? I feel like they just became best friends. Like, what is this?
Sorry, Soldier 2, Dad. To make up for it, I got you some nice perfume.
Up the gas. She survived the gas, I believe. I knew it. Messed up.
Take that back. I am a doctor, and you ain't crazy. You don't have that same smile. I don't need a second opinion. Wait! Don't
she
you
gonna
want to
shock
get in
her?
close and savor my emotions as you deliver the final
She's
kill?
gonna shock her.
Nah, bye.
Harley, dog. Damn. Okay, Jinx. I see you, Jinx. Damn, Ann took a picture. Ain't no way. That's
Don't just stand there,
disrespectful.
Jinx! You just won a free teddy bear! What if it's Timbers?
This was a complicated fight with far more factors.
Results. Harley Quinn healing factor. Okay, she could have healed, but she didn't. Less versatile gear. Jinx physically stronger, resistance to toxins and venoms, superior battlefield control. Someone should have told me to. I did say Harley Quinn at
had
first, but
more
then I
direct
seen all
combat
this
experience
Jinx be
against
doing. I was
superpowered
like,
beings,
ain't no
along
way.
with better training.
But Jinx's physical power, diabolical weaponry, and assortment of items were
Jinx.
just
Okay,
enough to
I see.
roast this Harlequin duck.
While Harley lifting over 1,200 pounds is impressive, Jinx can compete with Vi, whose gauntlets weigh 8 times that in the game.
And
Damn,
Jinx can
okay.
take hits from a guy who can shake mountains.
Oh, yeah,
A
they
bit
did say
beyond
that.
Harley's level of strength.
Harley may have been
Yes.
more naturally acrobatic, but Jinx's hex tech and intangibility matched and outclassed that mobility. The teleporting tablet alone could control the entire fight, since Jinx could send herself or Harley just about anywhere.
And while
Right.
Harley had a moderate healing factor, she's never regenerated entire body parts before. So a big enough kaboom would definitely kill her. And Jinx's weapons were strong enough to do just that. In order to destroy over 13,000 tons of rock from such a distance, Lux's magic explosion would need a yield of about 20 kilotons of TNT.
And Jinx's hex tech and chem tech are similar to Lux's magic in speed and power.
Even if we scale Harley's durability to Batman surviving this massive explosion, the potency of Jinx's weaponry outpaces it more than 300 times.
Sure, Harley is legitimately intelligent, but so is Jinx, as evidenced by her inventions and routinely outwitting Vi and her task force. Plus,
Right.
Jinx is typically distrusting of people she's just met, so Harley's potential mind games were likely to fall on skeptical ears.
Jinx was much more likely to shoot first and ask questions later.
Now, Harley still had her wide array of poisons and chemical agents, like the Joker Venom, which would kill most opponents in minutes. However, after living her whole life in the toxic cesspool of Zon, her tolerance for poisons is clearly much higher than a normal person. Not to mention, the Quicksilver Sash could simply end any unwanted effect on her. Ultimately, Harley couldn't stand up to Jinx's physical power, superior technology, or overwhelmingly explosive arsenal.
Harley clowned around only to get her bell rung by someone out of her league.
The winner is Jinx.
Okay, let's see what
Death Battle is back, and we've launched a brand new membership program for our
Let's
YouTube
go.
channel. By directly supporting our team, see more info.
Let's see who we
Thanks
got
for
next
watching.
time. I got a new battle next time, okay? Okay. Versus Zatanna? Oh. Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna? Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Both magic? I don't know now. I know what Zatanna do, but I don't know what Zatanna do. We done seen what Scarlet Witch can do, so I know what Zatanna do, but I don't. That was a good battle, though. That was a good battle. That was a great battle. Let me know what y'all thought in the comment section below. I'll leave the video in the description below. If y'all want to go check that out, let me know what y'all thought. Did y'all think Harley was gonna win? Did y'all think Jinx was gonna win? Are y'all excited for the next battle? Until next time, boys, man.